breaking news right now from Adam Schefter. You're going to see his tweet here in just a second. But Adam, what do we know about Landon Dickerson?
Might have news within this hour, and the news is now in. Landon Dickerson is going to undergo a minor procedure here in the coming days to essentially clean up that meniscus in his right knee. The goal is to be ready for the Thursday night, September 4th regular season opener against the Dallas Cowboys. Now, when you have a meniscus injury, they could go in and repair it, and it would be a season-long injury for him, or you could opt to have it shaved down, get it cleaned up, and it's a much less invasive surgery with less time away from the football field. And in this particular case, he's opting to have that shaved down, repaired, and so now he should be able to come back here in short order. It could have been a lot worse. Whether or not he's back for the opener, I know Damien Woody's had this injury. Yep. He could speak to it. But from the sounds of it, I think he's got a realistic chance to play against the Cowboys on opening night.
Great news all the way around for Philadelphia. Great news. Again, like you mentioned, I had this injury, literally had it shaved down. I was back. I missed one game. That was it.
What a dog.
Yeah.
Dang,
a little bit, yeah,
okay.
I mean, not to toot my own horn, but no, this is great for Landon Dickerson. Yeah. Obviously, we've talked about one of the best guards that we have in that game, and to be able to, possibly go into the opening game, intact would be great for Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm. Huge. Dan, Leafus? Yeah? Okay.
Great news for the Eagles.
I love it. Thank goodness. We love when people aren't seriously hurt. New on NFL Live is where we begin. Matthew Stafford was supposed to return to the practice field today after going through a workout over the weekend where he threw 68 passes, but he was not out there today. Here's head coach Sean McVey on that decision.
First question you guys will have is about Matthew, and like we've said, we're going to be flexible and fluid. I think more than anything, I feel for Matthew because of how much he wants to be out there and feel good. Ultimately, what ended up happening, had a great workout, felt good, but then come in today and it doesn't feel great, and so didn't think that was the right decision to be able to push him. We've kind of always talked about flexibility, being fluid with some of the plans. And I think more than anything, I feel for a guy that, I really care about that wants to be out there more than anything else. We're going to be smart, but he didn't feel good enough, and we didn't think it was the right thing to do based on, how he woke up feeling today.
A lot of context there from McVey, which is great. But, Adam, what more can you tell us about Stafford still not being at practice?
The Rams were hoping that he was going to be able to return to practice today in a limited fashion. He still hasn't practiced all summer long, so there are some people who are concerned, like Damien Woody. There are some people who have questions about how well he's going to fare. I think this is really a maintenance issue. It's August 11th. It's not September yet. And the Rams are trying to be very patient, deliberate, and slow in how they bring back Matthew Stafford. I think inherently, when you have a 37-year-old quarterback who has a shaky back, you're uneasy. But I could tell you that the Rams are not feeling that way. They feel like if there were a game today, he could play.
Anybody else, like when Adam accidentally has his phone not on silent, you're like, oh, what was that?
How long does he keep his eyes on the
screen? There may be news going on. We'll let you know as soon as we do. All right, Dan, we know that Stafford was supposed to be out there today. How concerning is this for you less than a month away from the first game?
I'm still not concerned. 28 days till game one. This is a team that we think is one of the 2 or 3 best teams in the NFC. That means they're going to be playing 20 football games, if not more, this season. So the worst thing that you can do is 28 days before the first game of the year, get a player out there that has got the wear and tear on his body like Matthew Stafford and get him out there just to get him out there, just because you said you were hoping for him to practice on Monday. So I believe the Rams organizationally have warranted and earned the right to allow us to give them the benefit of the doubt. Everything that they seem to do works. And so I'm trusting them, their medical staff, the decision makers, to believe that how they're going about it is handling it the right way. It's 28 days to week one. He doesn't need a ton of snaps to get ready. And it's the long haul. It's a very, very long season.
Woosah, D. Wood.
Or I'm trying. Schefter, I'm trying. I'm trying to keep my composure here. No, listen, I will say this. The Rams are one of the very best organizations at being transparent and also in these type of situations, obviously with Matthew Stafford. He has a long history of these type of injuries, and he's like the ultimate warrior playing through these things. Not a snap in training camp? Like, nothing. He had one workout. And no practice.
I also.
Listen, I get it. It's the Rams and all of that. But I also know how back injuries are. Back injuries are very debilitating. We're talking about a 37-year-old quarterback that has a long injury history. And so, yes, my level is here, but I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to trust the Rams organization through this whole thing.
Swag, he's worried.
I'm not waiting to see. I'm scared as hell. And listen, this is not because I don't think that they can manage Matthew Stafford and his injury. The injury is a back. And who's to say that over the longevity of a season, this team has been playing in the playoffs as well. I agree. Keep him on the sideline, try to get him as healthy as possible. But I'm not focused on the preseason. I wouldn't care if Matthew Stafford was healthy and not getting a snap right now because he's been a quarterback in this league for a long time. He played with the cast that's there already. My concern is a team that should be in the conversation when we get to the playoffs. 37-year-old quarterback back has been acting up where he hasn't. It's been debilitating, obviously, that since he's not been able to do anything. So I'm not worried about today, August 11th. I'm worried about when you play the first game of the week, how long does it take for you to get ready for the next game when we start talking about going throughout the duration of the season? That's my only concern. I know you can manage it. I know they got needles with a lot of good medicine in it that can get you ready and get you through a season. But ultimately, when you start talking about Matthew Stafford and his back and the way that he expects himself to play and how much he means to this team going forward, I'm concerned. I'm highly concerned.
And it's not just Matthew Stafford here. Their left tackle, Alric Jackson, has been dealing with blood clots. So whenever Matthew Stafford does come back, he's going to have to be protected. Their backup left tackle right now is the veteran DJ Humphries. It's not Damien Woody. And so they're going to need strong play out of the left tackle position. But as we're all talking and as I'm listening to Marcus get all nervous and Damien Woody get all flustered, I'm thinking to myself, can you imagine if the New York Giants or Las Vegas Raiders or Steelers had gone through and traded for Matthew Stafford, and they had their new quarterback in town, and he's sitting there, and he still hasn't practiced.
Good point.
You think the New York tabloids would having some fun with that in New York right now? Oh, my goodness.
They'd be wondering about this little device that he's using, which our Rams reporter Sarah Barshop had this detail. We're going to show you this shortly after practice began. Matthew Stafford walked into this immortal chamber, immortal with an A, which helps with restoration and rejuvenation. I think I need that. Anybody else?
Can I get one at the house?
What is that?
Yeah, I need to put that in the crib.
Oh,
Can I get one at the house?
All right, we'll leave that there. Any updates, of course, we'll bring you. But how